strongly disagree. No man is intimidated by any woman because of her credentials. That's not the case. It's usually the character and traits that come with that. They usually have extremely high egos, and you can't tell them anything. And they usually come off extremely masculine. Like what you said you can be masculine, and it might be too much for men. It's an attraction thing. Men are not attracted to masculine traits in women. That's what it is.
I don't think that's necessarily true because someone who, for example,
Let's let that sit for a minute. Let's let that sit for a minute because that's probably one of the realest ways I've heard it framed. This is a conversation that's been ongoing from men and women over the last couple of years in particular. And I've heard this a lot, that successful women intimidate men. And this is coming from women that are typically saying this. And I have to agree with him on this point, that it's not that successful women intimidate men. It's how successful women act with men. They just act differently. They act differently than with men because it seems like on a certain level they feel like they're better than them. And I think they do that because they think that men do that to women. But one of the main things I see with women versus men, when men have money, they understand that that's the family's money. They understand that I'm getting this money to provide and protect for my family. Like, that's the goal for men. The goal for men is to get money so that they can provide for others. The goal for women, it seems like, to get money is so that they can provide for themselves. And I think that's the key difference. Men don't build themselves up just to build themselves up for themselves. They build themselves up so that they can be a blessing and a source of resources and a source of joy and a source of just being a provider for other people. I don't think women do that. Even single mothers. I don't think single mothers build themselves up so that their child can have a better life. And this is why you see a lot of single moms, when they get on child support, that money isn't going towards a college fund. That money isn't going towards making sure the kids had the best schools. A lot of times that money isn't going towards bills. That money's going towards a lifestyle. A lifestyle. I know that there are women who make more than enough money to support themselves and their kid, and they're still on child support, getting child support, and that money is going towards their lifestyle. It's not going towards helping that child. And so women make money for themselves, men make money for their family. But let's see.
I've known men who were intimidated because, and it was, I have a diploma. They did not. It's not just the trait that came with that. It was, I have a diploma. They did not. It's not just my quote unquote masculine traits that was a turnoff.
I would say that might be unique to him, but generally, it's the traits that come with it. It's not the degree, it's the traits. This idea of dating down and dating on your level stems from women. When men have money, they don't view it as dating down when they're with their women. You guys say that, not men. If a man has money and he's taking care of a woman, there's no point that he thinks he's dating down. He's just taking care of his woman.
I think it's dangerous for a woman to date down because we see it all the time. Men.
You guys all said that you would, though. You guys all said that you would date someone that made less than you, and then you said that you didn't.
I didn't respond because
agree
I'm not
that they're a woman. I never.
I thought they said it, then they all switched.
You didn't see potential. I don't see potential.
Not guaranteed.
Yeah, I appreciate economic security. That's all I want. If
Oh,
you
we
are
know
secure
that,
as
yeah.
a man,
What if you're in a field where like you're still studying, or it's something that you know that the payoff isn't immediate?
I wouldn't view that as potential, though. I mean, okay, you can, but honestly, if someone says, I'm going to school for psychology, when you graduate, if you want to become a psychologist, I know that you have to go and get a master's degree. 9 times out of 10, you have to go and get a doctorate degree to become a big breadwinner, okay? I know that eventually you're leaving from that field of study and you are in the works of going and becoming economically secure. See, that's not potential to me. You are a musician, yes? Yeah. And so
that is literally potential. That's literally potential. Potential is just something, is pretty much stored energy. So you don't have something now, but you have the potential to go and get it. right? And there's a foreseeable path to doing that. That's literally what potential is. But I don't know.
So you make money.
Yeah.
If you take on one extra person and they lose their job, do you think that you'll be able to carry you all's household?
Soon.
Soon. Okay, so myself listening to you, as I stated, if I talk to you as a friend, because that's how dating starts, I'm listening to you, and if you have enough charisma, I'll look at you and I'll say, okay, this is a man who I think will eventually become economically secure for us. See, I want to date someone who is economically secure for himself first. So that's what I'm thinking about
I'll
potential.
be honest, I don't believe any of this.
You don't
I think
believe
it
any
just
of
comes
this?
straight to just superficial stuff.
Superficial.
I mean, we live in a superficial society. Women only want the men with money.
Imagine being
Superficial.
I mean, we live in a superficial society. Women only want the men with money.
Yeah, as they should.
Well, thank you.
But isn't,
Let's just cut the BS.
I feel that's
It's
so
about money.
So my question is always how much money? How much money? Because we throw this idea, they have to earn money, they have to earn a lot of money. I mean, I just don't know what type of men are y'all dating to where when you meet them, they're these people that aren't self-sufficient. Are they living at their mom's house? Why are they do they not have jobs? Like I think the average guy is already taking care of himself when he meets you. Like if he's already taking care of himself when he meets you, why does it matter how much money he's making? If you're already taking care of yourself and he's taking care of himself, what I just don't get it. But understand that when women say that they want a man that's making money and they want these things, these are desires. But I think a lot of them inherently know that they're not going to get the exact man that they want. And the more you start talking to a woman about what she actually wants in a man, you'll see that a lot of them just have this warped perspective and this Disney Channel idea of like what a relationship is, what a man should do, what a man should be. They start getting very specific. Oh, if I have a man and we have a daughter, then he has to go and put the makeup on and play princess with the daughter because that's what makes a masculine man and he's a good dad. And our wedding has to be this and have to be, man, dudes don't care about all that stuff. That's why I said earlier, dudes, we understand that, you know, we're building ourselves up for a woman. We're building ourselves up for a family eventually. Like, yes, there's an inherent drive to build ourselves up just for the sake of being competitive and stuff like that. But as far as going the extra mile and doing all these things, we understand, most men understand that we're not doing this for ourselves at the end of the day. We're doing this so that eventually we can have a family and we can provide for that family and we can be a good steward of money for this family, a good leader. Women don't think like that, but then they want to think like that when it comes to trying to pick out a mate or trying to be competitive and trying to earn all this money. Why are you earning all this money? Most women that I talk to or that I see online, if you say, why are you trying to advance in your career? Why are you trying to make more money? It's not typically like, oh, because I want to be able to provide for my family. It's usually, so it's very confusing because it's like, oh, well, when I get a man, he's going to take care of me. Well, what's going to happen with your money? You're not going to work anymore? What are you going to do? So I just, and he pointed on he pointed out something good. Women think that it's dating down if they make more than their man, but men don't think that it's dating down if they make more than their woman. Why isn't anyone addressing that? Where is that coming from? So y'all want these traditional ideas about a man taking care of you, but you don't want the traditional role of a man being a man in the relationship, right? So you have all these expectations traditionally of a man, but you don't want to be a traditional woman. When you go out and make your money, is that his money? Or is that your money? Or is it y'all's money?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
That should be the number
Yeah.
one thing. When you're dating, that should be the first thing that
Why?
you. One of
Materialism
the
should
things.
be the number one thing.
It's not just
materialism.
materialism. It's
Yeah,
that
but it is materialism.
as
There's so
a
many
woman,
assholes with
It is
money,
as a
though.
woman, we
That's
need
what
to
I'm saying.
know.
It's not just about money, but I
It
do
is.
agree
It
it's
is just
important.
about money.
It's not.
There's just a lot of
Money
BS.
should be the number one thing one of the top things that a woman should look at when she's dating.
It is the main
Look,
topic.
It
Are you
is.
saying
It should be.
Are you saying one of or the most important?
The most important, yes.
I partially disagree because I think
Yeah. we at a place right now where I think relationships are kind of doomed moving forward, and one of the reasons why is there's just this warped perspective. You know, there's this warped perspective, and when it comes to women saying that money is the most important thing, it makes me question, like, what other things do y'all value in a man or in a man? What other things do you value in a man? Because with money being the most important thing to a man, does that mean it's more important than you? Like, let's be real about this. If you're a man who has to go out there and sacrifice and make all this money, you pretty much have to cut everything else out and focus on that money. But then when you get with a woman and you're still focused just on the money, you're not attentive enough. You don't care about the family enough. You're not this and you're not that. So my thing is, like, if you focus everything on money and it's all about that, then when you get a man that's all about his money, you think that's going to change because he's with you? No. That's not going to change just because he's with you. And one of the interesting things is a lot of these women have never even had a man with a bunch of money. They don't know anybody who has a man with a bunch of money. So it's very strange that these are the standards. These are the standards, right? It's just weird. It's just weird. And I think what women are going to see, and I say women are going to see this because I think they're going to see that the men with money don't want women who want men with money. The men with money don't want women who want men with money. Why? Because if you're just there for the money and I lose this money, what are you going to do? If we have a kid together and it's just about the money, you're probably going to try to take half. Whereas if you're with a reasonable woman who sees you for who you are, and that's the leading qualifications. You see, and another thing is, like, I think women believe that if you're a man who's making regular money, that you're beneath them, because then they're settling. But by them settling, you have to ask yourself, what does that actually mean? It's either you're rich or you're nothing to a lot of these women, just based on what they're saying. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I don't see women getting what they want in this particular situation. I think a lot of them are going to end up with the same dudes that they say that they don't want. I think it's wishful thinking, but go after what you want to go after. And like everything else, those who are worthy or those who put in the work are going to be able to get it, and those who don't, y'all are going to be the ones that are single permanently, or you're going to be the one trying to constantly chase something that you probably can't have and most people can't have. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you tap in, like the content, and appreciate y'all. I left a link in the video to the original video so you can go check out the full interview or full video. But tap in. Appreciate y'all. My name is Fitz, and I'll see you in the next video.